Hello and welcome to the Hounding Harmony Dog Training Podcast, the show that helps you go from chaos to calm with your dog, one episode at a time. I'm Emily, a dog trainer and licensed veterinary technician, here to give you practical tips, real-life strategies, and the confidence to raise a well-behaved, obedient dog without the overwhelm. Let's jump in and create a calm and connected life with your dog. Hello and welcome back. Today we're talking about the number one mistake I see dog owners making and what you can do to avoid it and or fix it. We've all seen an owner that looks like they're in over their head with their dog, whether that dog is excited out of its mind and jumping and just not listening in general, or they're showing anxiety and fear, or worse, they're reactive and showing aggression. Many times, all of these things could have been avoided by simply doing some breed research before they get the dog, or using that research to tailor their training plan to their breed's specific needs. Over the past several hundred years, actually I don't know the exact date, but over the past very long time, dogs have been bred for different purposes than their intended nature. To be better pets, better show dogs, but that doesn't mean that their original purpose or instincts have left them. You might be looking at your couch potato dog right now and thinking, there's no way this dog ever had a job ever. But I assure you, every dog has had a purpose bred into them, whether that's chasing cattle, helping you hunt, or literally sitting on your lap. I made this big mistake when I got my Aussie. You're going to hear a lot of stories about Coda. His name is Coda. Yes, I didn't know that was a popular name when I picked it. I'd just gotten into the vet industry, so don't judge me. I did not realize that though Australian Shepherds pretty much across the board suck at cattle working, they still have an incredibly high herd drive. Yes, I could have learned this by a quick Google search, but that's what we're talking about today. Even though my Aussie's herd drive is not enough to get him to actually work cattle properly, it is plenty to get him to try to herd small children into circles, or to chase after a deer, or to lose his mind when he sees a flock of birds. Now, why are so many people unprepared for the breed of dog that they get? Unfortunately, breed popularity is going to romanticize that breed. So think back to when 101 Dalmatians came out. Everyone wanted a Dalmatian. In fact, I don't think Dalmatians have ever sold more puppies ever in all of time. But think with me, what were Dalmatians bred for? You may be seeing a fire truck in your head right now. And yes, they were bred to work with firemen, but their job was to keep civilians away from the fire truck by any means necessary, which means that could be biting, growling, whatever they got to do. So these people bring home a Dalmatian puppy and they wonder why it doesn't get along with all their kids. It is so easy to say yes to an 8-week-old puppy. That teeny tiny baby is just so sweet and honestly pretty easy to take care of because they're like a newborn. And just like newborns turn into toddlers, it ain't gonna last forever. They're going to hit their velociraptor stage, which is my favorite term for the ages 4 to 5 months, which is hilarious because that was also the hardest time with my son in the first year. Something about 4 to 5 months. It's rough. But even worse, the longer that you have a dog and the older that they get, the less cute that they are and the less valuable they are to rehome to somebody else. I'm not saying this just because I'm heartless, because I am a little heartless. But I'm saying this because it's simply true. When you go to the shelter, you're not going to usually find an oversurplus of 8 to 12-week-old puppies. You're seeing older dogs that people just did not know what they were getting into, and so they gave up and sent them off. Okay, I'll stop that tangent because I get too riled up about that. So even if you have no clue what breed or breeds your mutt could be, And I say mutt in the most loving term because let's be honest, the mutts are often the best of us. You're going to be able to classify what type of dog they are with a little bit of help. So whether that's you're talking to a vet professional or a dog trainer in your area, or even I feel like Google, you can Google image this. I'm not saying that's accurate, but like you'll be able to tell if they're a sporting breed, if they're a hunting breed, if they're a hound, terrier, toy, or even if they, like 90% of the population, are part pit bull. That's not a scientific number. That's just what it feels like. And I love the pit bulls, don't get me wrong. It's so helpful to know how to tailor your training plan for your pit bull. All right, now I'm going to help you fix this. If you're in over your head and you don't know how to adjust course, you're going to fix this if you've already made this mistake by tailoring your training plan and your routine to better suit their needs. This could look like more exercise time. This could look like higher mental stimulation. This could look like making sure that there's no distractions, no wildlife until they have progressed to the level that they can handle that. Now, if you're wondering how you know if your dog is not getting the stimulation or training needed for their breed, you're going to be seeing this come out in bad behaviors. You're going to see it in destructive behavior, in anxiety and aggression. You're going to see it there. Now, this isn't going to be the end-all be-all for all dogs because everyone is unique, but it is a fantastic place to start. Now, it's a lot of work to train your dog to be a quote-unquote good boy, but it is so very worth it. When I tell you the way my life changed when I prioritized training and my dog turned 4, yes, you heard that right. When he turned 4, he finally grew up. So everyone with a sporting dog, a herding dog, or a working dog in general, you can expect 4 years old, 4 to 5 years old, will be the time that they finally flip the switch and their frontal lobe develops. Okay, I keep saying research, research. All right, this is what I want you to do. You can go to AKC Breed Selector Tool. This is going to be if you don't have a dog yet. And you're going to be able to take this little breed personality test. I'm not saying it's 100% accurate, but it's going to help you narrow down where you want to be. And if you already have a dog, use the AKC page. It has so many useful things. It talks to you about energy, it talks to you about drive. And then from there, another great resource that cannot be underplayed is talking to a human that has great experience with this dog, or just a lot of experience with them. This can be a ethical dog breeder in your area, someone you know that owns the dog that is well behaved, or if you want to be de-influenced, not so well behaved. I love talking to other vet techs about dog breeds because breeds are popular in certain areas and they are in the thick of it with these breeds. And shelter staff. We love our shelter staff. They have hearts of gold. They are in with those dogs. They learn their personalities very intimately. Most people love to talk about their dogs and their experience with them because it's a ton of work and time that they have to invest to get to the point where they are able to give advice. Now, take their words and make sure to fact check because everyone's going to have a different experience, but many similarities are going to ring true. Another thing I like for new and existing owners to do is to look up some people on Instagram and TikTok that have accounts for their dog that is that breed. And you can learn so many hacks and tips. All right, that's what you can do to research. Now, next, I want you to have a training plan before you bring them home. Now, if you already have your dog in the home, you're going to get a training plan ASAP. The sooner you start to take action, the less bad habits they are developing. So the sooner you put in work, the less work you're going to have later. The best time to start is right now. If you are new to dog ownership or just want to get a better grip on dog training, I have a Training Foundations ebook that is linked in the show notes. It goes over all of the basics that you need to get your dog off on the right, can I say paw? Is that too cringy? on the right paw. Now, the last thing that I want to say is having a coach or a professional dog trainer help you can really be invaluable and save you so much time. So whether that's a local person or someone virtual like me, you're going to be getting so much wisdom that it would take you years to glean for yourself. So I really encourage people to stop working harder than they need to and get some solid advice. I have my coaching service to help you get a personalized training plan and to retrain yourself so that you can communicate better with your dog. If you're feeling unsure if you are ready for a puppy, take your time, do your research, and maybe start with a senior dog from a shelter. Oftentimes, you're going to find a dog with lower energy needs and that are a little more eager to conform to your lifestyle. Plus, how amazing is it to think that you are giving them the second chance on life that they had very little chance of getting. Thank you so much for tuning into Hounding Harmony Dog Training. If you found this episode helpful, it would mean the world to me if you'd follow the show and leave a quick review. This helps other dog owners find the support that they need too. For more tips, training help, and encouragement, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at HH_dog training, or you can check out the resources in the show notes. Until next time, keep hounding that harmony.